Okay, we are looking at The Priesthood is Restored, and I have been studying it for the last 20 minutes or 30 minutes or so, trying to figure out what on earth is going on harmonically. This song is so complex when it comes to the chord progressions and things that it uses. And I've been racking my brain, and it's been just a little bit too long for me to understand what's going on. I studied a lot of music theory in college. I even took the honors courses and took at least 3 years of music theory at a collegiate level. And this has me stumped. It seems to be in Mixolydian mode. The melody does. It's not actually G major. That's why we keep having these F naturals. And so a Mixolydian mode is kind of like G major, except there's no sharp in it anymore. So it's almost like a major scale, but it has a lowered seventh scale degree. And so I think that's what's going on here, but harmonically it's got flat major threes, flat major sevens. We transpose into E minor, and then we go to B major, which is completely unrelated to G major. It's reminding me of some of the stuff that happens in some of the later Romantic works and Debussy in the Impressionistic period. And honestly, I can't remember the names for these types of chords. I think it's related to some sort of third relations or something like that. Anyway, the point is, if you think this song is hard, it is. It doesn't make sense based on sort of the normal vocabulary that you have for children's songs. It doesn't follow the major and dominant chord progressions. It doesn't do anything that you're accustomed to. And also in a song, you almost never have both sharps and flats happening at the same time. Usually it's one or the other, but in several of these measures, like here at the end, we've got a flat and a sharp and two more flats, like combined. So it's super strange. Anyway, I don't want to discourage you. I just want to just sort of say, like, if you think this song is hard, actually it really is. It's even got the person with the degree in music stumped. So a couple of things you can do to make it easier to play. It's actually written in a way that's really easy to simplify. So I've been looking through like the essential pitches in each chord, and if you just play the left hand with this top melody, the singing melody and the left hand together, and just don't play that middle line that has the right hand notes for the piano part, that is complete. Like, it's okay to play it that way. It will sound good. It will have all of the tones in the chord that you need, and it will be sufficient, and the kids will be able to sing along, and you still have kind of the movement of those cool progressions that happen on the long notes, because your left hand is still sort of moving through those. So anyway, so if you want to make this easier, just go ahead and play the outside two lines and just don't play that middle part, because the right hand, those intervals are really, really all over the place. The fingering's kind of tricky. It goes up and down. It's got lots of accidentals that you're playing with your thumb, like on the black notes and stuff like that. It's just really awkward, and it's not worth it. It's not worth your time and your agony to get all of those confusing, tricky notes in, because you can have like a complete song if you just play the outer voices. So that's just, those are my thoughts on this song. And I think if you do want to practice it and master the piano accompaniment part that has all of these crazy intervals in the right hand, my biggest advice for how to practice that would be slowly. Very, very slowly. And don't practice the whole song at once. So each day, pick 2 measures and practice 2 measures over and over again until you can transition between the chords and you can actually play those 2 measures successfully without pauses. Spend 10 minutes on 2 measures and you will get a lot farther than if you spend 10 minutes on the whole song every day, because you won't be able to get tuned in, you won't be able to hone in on the tricky parts enough if you're just playing through the whole thing. So practice it 2 measures at a time, maximum, maybe even just 4 notes at a time, or 2 chords or something. I mean, just break it into really little tiny bite-sized pieces and work on it that way. And that will be much more successful. Really slowly, so that you have time before you move to think about where you're going next and which fingers are going to play before you move, and then go straight to it. So that's a little bit of advice about how to get this song into your fingers and ways to make it easier. I will say, as an accompanist, one of our biggest secrets is that we never play all the notes. That's just, especially when you're accompanying something like an opera singer and you're playing an orchestral reduction, you physically cannot play all the notes, and you have to make decisions about which notes you're going to drop out to make it still sound complete. So it's absolutely not cheating. This is something that professional pianists do, is look at the piece, pick which voices are important, drop out the middle stuff that's too tricky to play at tempo. So that's my advice about learning this song. Good luck.